What's going on, detailers? Today we want to talk about how I went from $0 to $45 in under a month. So stay tuned. This episode will be epic. Let's get it.
Yes, detailed.
Okay, so like I said, I want to talk about how I went from 0 to 45 smackaroos in under less than a month. So obviously that's not a lot of money, right? But get the pun. See, the point of this video is to show you guys there's no easy road to success, period. I remember when I first started this business, I decided to stop following the trends, to stop doing everything that everybody else was doing. That is taking, when tax time come around, it's like winning the lottery, right? It's not even a whole heap of money, but we take it and we spend all the things that we already set in our mind that we wanted to buy all throughout the year, and usually just to sell it or for it to have no interest in about three months, right? So I decided to take my taxes, right? And I started a business. I decided how I can take money to make money. But I tell you, it is a long journey. So that is the point of this video. I first started off with $0. Now, as you can imagine, starting a detailing company, you may think, it's easy, right? You got cars, you got dirt, you got money, right? That's not the way it works in any business. See, my passion actually was graphic designing, drawing, things of that nature. I always wanted to do a business like that, but I decided that this would be easier, or at least so I thought, this would be an easier route to take to grow my business the way I wanted to do it, and that is with capital income coming inside from the business. I never took a loan, and I continued to grind. As Mark Cuban says, put my bootstraps up and I pound the pavement. I knocked on door to door and I stayed in various locations that would put me out, gas stations, Walmarts, anywhere I could go. I took a sign that I drew with marker and I said, I'm going to make some money. Now, every day I would go out there and every day was a loss. Every single day I felt like I can't do this. I mean, how am I? There's cars, there's dirt, and there's a sign. Why aren't people lining up to get their cars detailed? But see, I didn't understand at that time. I guess I can say it was just being naive to know that it actually is going to take some effort to grow this thing. Now, in your town, you may have mobile detailers, right? You may see vans pop up, but usually, specifically in Baltimore, we see vehicles pop up and they go. They're here today, gone tomorrow. And that is because they have the same thought I had. There's dirt and there's cars. And there's a service.
Yes, detailed.
I'm going to be rich, right? But not the fact that it's a dog-eat-dog business, because there is a lot of different, specifically in different towns of Maryland. But if in fact you're in Los Angeles or, Florida, etc., the Sunshine States, I mean, I can imagine the competition is hand over fist. But something has to set you apart. Something has to make you peculiar. Something has to change in your state of mind for your business to grow. And it wasn't until those little wins that I achieved to help me realize and understand that. Listen, take it for YouTube, for example, right? If you post a video and your video gets no views, okay? Let's say it gets very little views, right? But your very first video that reaches, let's say 1,000 views or 100,000 views, wherever your mind is, it motivates you, even if you're not monetized yet, even if you're not making any money, it motivates you to keep pushing and keep pushing because somebody likes your content. Same thing in business. So my biggest win was how I went from 0 to $45 in under a month. Yeah. Maserati? Yeah, this is Ellie. Hey man, put me down for 2 candy apple red Maseratis. Yeah. cats made my first $45. See what? Say again? No, I said $45. Oh, man. So, now remember, there were all these losses, in my head every single day. Out there were signs. My brother even came out at times. Shout out to my brother Yosef and my brother Catriel and tons of brothers in my assembly that helped us throughout over time, but that would come out there and hold the sign with me and just trying to get people to pull over, and nobody pulled over. Nobody, if anything, I would get complaints. People from out of different stops like Walmart would come out and say, "Sir, you can't be set up here." And I didn't understand why, but I would just move on to the next location. But it was a blessing through the Almighty where my brother Catriel, again, shout out to him. He's been very substantial in the growth of this business. But it literally is, it wasn't until getting that contract downtown in a garage in the heart of downtown. And it was a perfect spot because it's where the lawyers would park their cars. So you got Maseratis, Mercedes, Tahoes, all type of, Range Rovers, all type of nice vehicles. And in my head, that translates as money. But it's not that. It is literally a service or skill alone will not bring success into your business. You have to have a know-how to figure out how to not just make, but to regenerate money. And that is a process. Specifically, if you didn't go to Harvard Business School or colleges that showed you these things, and you all know that high school doesn't teach you how to make money. They show you how to be a great employee. They don't show you how to make money. College necessarily prepares you for a trade to work for someone. So you necessarily don't have, outside of business school or business trade, anybody teaching you how to run a business. So specifically in the service business, it is not heavily sought after. Companies, for example, see this as an expense rather than a solution to a problem. They see it as the bottom of their budget, not a necessity. So we as entrepreneurs, we as wantrepreneurs, as Mark Cuban says, those that are just starting, have to continue to find your niche. You have to find your niche, however you want to pronounce it. You have to find it, right? You have to harness it, and you have to put every single thing behind it. Now, from a biblical perspective, obviously the scripture says, that everything you put your hands to do, the Almighty will bless it, but you have to do it with all your might. Now, obviously, I am paraphrasing, right? But the same thing goes still. You have to put every single thing, I'm talking about everything behind your business in order to see that first $45. Now, when we got our first $45, I remember like yesterday, I called my dad, and this was $45 a day. Now, it's funny to think about now, but I remember calling my dad and saying, Dad, we made $45 today. I mean, could you believe that? Could you imagine if we could make $100 a day? Could you imagine if I could make $150 a day? I just remember going, man, that is incredible. And I remember him with this snuckle, this laugh, and he goes, son, he said, I remember making that when I was like 16. I mean, $150 a day is minuscule to what you can be making. You can quadruple that, but it's all about perseverance. It's all about what you put into it. How many seeds do you sow in order to reap the benefits? That is, how many doors are you knocking on, right? How many brochures are you sending out? How many free advertising outlets are you actually looking into? How many times do you wake up every single day and say, I'm going to win? Or are you lax? See, the difference between success and poverty is perseverance. Most of us have the same mindset when it comes to being creative. You just have to figure out what it is that you are creative at. You know, they say the best way to start a business is to find a problem and to solve the problem, and now monetize your service. Those are the three key things. That's specifically in service. Now, your talent may be something different, but specifically in the service business, and more specifically in the detailing business, right? Because I'm talking to my detailers, those who decide to listen. But the difference is you find a problem, right? You solve the problem, you monetize the service. That's it. That's it. Listen, today is no different. Yeah, we may be making more than $45, but the key to that success, the drive, the passion, it has to be the same. It cannot dwindle, it cannot lack, because the moment it lacks, so will your bank account. Without making this video too long, I just want to say that to those that are starting a business, those people who have the intestinal fortitude to jump, right? The chutzpah, if you will, to jump and to wait for that parachute to open, to soar so that you can soar. If you can make $10 a day, you can make $20 a day. If you can make $20 a day, you can make $30 a day, and so on and so forth. Because all you now have to do, you figured out how to make the money. Now all you have to figure out how to do is to capitalize and to regenerate that service to continue to make money. It's literally that simple in theory, but it's a lot of hard work in reality. But if in fact you're in for it, and if in fact you're up for it, then I would say follow my lead and get your first $45. Don't worry about 100,000 and 200,000 and millions of dollars. See, the money will come, but the passion that it takes for you to make your first $45, your first $45. You know, when some companies, you know, they get their first dollar and they frame it because they want to remember what it took to get there. But the premise is to continue to duplicate and duplicate that money until it starts coming, and it comes, and then it comes, and then you're coasting. So just wanted to share that message with you guys, with my detailers, and with the guys that follow us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Speaking of monetization, we are about 30 subscribers away from being able to monetize the channel. Yes, clap it up to be able to. To be able to monetize the channel and to be able to make some income for our hard work. For you creators, you know that it's not easy to create these videos and to continue to put out content that you guys will click on. So again, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time on the next episode of Detailing Solutions. That is a wrap. Stay tuned. This episode will. I gotta stop rocking. Stop rocking the chair. What's going on, detailers? Today we're gonna talk about how I went from $0 to $45 in less. Okay, burn. Trying to get a thumbnail. Take 127. Get my arms inside of there.
Kaboom!